I like us to look at this from the prism of history. A little bit of history here. In 2019, you know the story of how 9 out of 24 elected lawmakers were sworn in Edo State. The roof of that assembly was taken out, and now we are witnessing a situation where 4 out of 32 are recognized by the governor. Something is common within the two. I mean, with the two cases, there was disagreement between the incumbent governor and their predecessors. What do you think is happening here as a precedent for governors having full control of their houses of assembly and the houses of assembly losing their independence totally?
I think it is very clear that a lot of our people are yet to imbibe the tenets of democracy. As we speak in Nigeria, we practice a multi-party democracy. And it is not out of place for persons of the same political party, like we witnessed in the presidential system of government that we are practicing under former President Muhammadu Buhari versus the National Assembly under the leadership of former Senate President Bukola Saraki. It is not out of place for persons of the same political party to be at loggerheads. Democracy is about disagreement. It's about debate. It's about discussion. It's about division. Democracy is not easy. It's not meritocracy. So if members of your party are defected for whatever, it doesn't mean you should perpetuate the law. It doesn't mean as an executive governor who was sworn into office to oppose the constitution, then you go against the constitution flagrantly. That would be condemned. If members of the party, in their wisdom, don't forget, the members of the House of Assembly derive their mandate from the Nigerian people as well as the Constitution. They didn't derive their mandate from the governor. They don't have to be on the same page with the governor or with any other executive official of government on issues that have to do with governance. People must learn to, recognize the rights of people to hold whatever positions they want to hold, so long as they are not infringing on the Constitution. So in this case, what we are seeing at play are forces who are not in consonance with the tenets of the rule of law as well as democratic ethos. And it is that people can live to disagree even if you want the system of government. It is for you to, bring up convincing facts to make them align with the position with regards to governance. They don't have to be of the same political party with you. You remember Governor Adeleke of Osun State came into office as a PDP governor with a legislature that was proposed by the APC till the end of that legislative house on May 29, 2023. So this attitude of governors wanting the legislature to be their rubber stamp must be condemned. The legislature is an independent institution. At every point in time, as citizens, we must be focused on the root of engagement, which is legislating for the good of the people or implementing laws for the good of the people by the executive, and not an executive that will go non-liable against the constitution just because members of the legislature are not of the same party. It's not within the past of whether a president or a governor to determine that.
Mr. Amaewhule, we've seen a lot of political desperation play out in the past weeks. First, the assembly was burnt down, then demolished without notice. Now we have a budget hurriedly passed and signed in 24 hours. Do all these sit right with you as a lawyer?
Absolutely not. In fact, in my intervention on your program yesterday morning, I did deprecate the demolition of the assembly. I don't understand why they had to demolish the assembly. I also do not understand the speed in passage of budget. Budget is a serious matter. My money bill is not something that you pass overnight. So I don't understand the urgency. I do not subscribe to any of that. I do not support any of that. But the truth of the matter, like Nyesom Wike said, those who sow the seeds of dictatorship will be consumed by dictatorship. We have been complaining in this country that no house of assembly in Nigeria is independent. That is what is playing out. The reason why this is happening in Rivers State is because in this country, houses of assembly are not autonomous. That is the truth of the matter. All of them see themselves as appendages of the governor. Every governor wants to pocket the house of assembly. And indeed, every governor in this country, all the 36 governors, none of them is exempted. All of them have houses of assembly in their pocket. So Fubara doesn't want to be an exception. But the point I am making is that since these members were elected on the platform of a party, we cannot excuse their unconstitutional defection, notwithstanding the drama or whatever political alignment or interest that they have. You cannot say you contested on the platform of the PDP. The Constitution says you must be a member of a party. Section 106. You must be a member of a party and be sponsored by that party before you can run for House of Assembly. So if that party has sponsored you, that party submitted your name to INEC, that party gave you the mandate, and you want to leave that party, you have to resign. That is the truth of the matter. This is something that has to be discouraged. Even Governor Wike himself, former Governor Wike, said when the then Zamfara governor defected, that you cannot be carrying the mandate of one party to another. So let these other assembly members go back to the electorate. Let the electorate determine whether they want to vote them on the platform of the APC or they want to vote them on the platform of the PDP.
All right.
But they cannot run and be sponsored by the PDP and then you defect to the APC and still remain in the House.
We have to wrap this conversation now, Mr. Effiong. Quickly, Mr. Ekujimi, the federal government has distanced itself from the political crisis and also distanced itself from the allegations by Asari Dokubo. I know that the president himself met with the gentleman involved in this situation, but how long more can the federal government look away? Or are you saying we have gone past having these matters resolved behind the table?
No, absolutely not. I believe strongly that, in political waters, even elders, men of, goodwill, even in River State are watching development and are making every effort to intervene. But most importantly, I think the National Assembly should be more concerned than any other, body, because the legislature is the most important, institution in a democracy. You can have every other form of government, and the legislature will not. But the legislature is the bedrock. So it belongs on the National Assembly to wade into this matter and ensure that democracy is not undermined, that democracy is not endangered, that the peace and tranquility of the people of River State, as well as good governance for the people of River State, is not imperiled by this act that we are seeing. Like you have rightly said, it is not within the powers of anybody to declare the legislator's defection illegal. That is only the responsibility of the court. I wonder why my brother kept on asking us as if he's a judicial officer, of which he's not. You and I know very well that the judiciary is the only competent institution that can declare the defection of these legislators illegal. But until we are yet to get that from the judiciary, then I beg to differ from its submission, because, like the legislators rightly said, that their party has divided, and it is not unknown to anybody here in Nigeria that even before now, the party has been divided. We saw the role of the G5 governors within the party. So the division within the party is public knowledge. Let nobody try to be clever by half.
Right.
But be that as it may, this issue might require a legal interpretation to resolve. But I expect that elders will come in and do the needful on time. Most especially, the National Assembly is the key factor to wade into this.
Interesting, very interesting development from Rivers State. All eyes on Rivers, and we are monitoring every story as it breaks. Gentlemen, thank you for talking to us. Human rights activist Nyesom Effiong, public affairs analyst Nyesom Ekujimi. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on the program this evening.
Thank you.